Ladies and gentlemen of the PowerHouse Nation Wrestling and Mr. Playboy channel. Today I'll be going over the top 10 backyard wrestling brands and promotions across the YouTube world. Well, I'll be picking out a handful of 10 wrestling brands, or backyard wrestling brands I should say, and counting them down in a top 10 list. Now, keep in mind this list is just for fun. I'm not ranking any personal favorites or anything. This list is just completely for fun. So feel free to sit back and enjoy the top 10 backyard wrestling brands. And hit that intro.
Oh, counterattack.
You blow to the face. Picks him up. Oh,
stops it. Oh!
And waiting for a kick there. Oh, sweeping the leg out. Going for the elbow, nobody home. And also the speed of Smoke, too, not to be underestimated. And the power as well. We've seen some great power moves from Smoke in his matchups. Oh! Catching the leg. It might have. It certainly might have.
Oh! I guess you boys, we got one.
Just caught him right on the chin. Mac is staggered, but comes in again. Second back elbow by Masters. And Mac looking for a third time. Chop! Oh my gosh! Mac turned inside out! Did you hear that? I mean, the reverberation off his chest.
And now Kevin Masters using the advantage of this match, which is weapons of destruction in the form of a new goodie, a chair, and going to swing on Mac. Mac, though, countered with a spine buster.
And Mac it looks like he has very well studied Kevin Masters. Not gonna let that same mistake that happened at WrestleMania repeat itself. Just striking Masters.
So you're probably wondering who the heck is this guy and what is he doing on this list? Well, let me tell you that this guy, Parker Cooper 2024, actually wrestles wrestle. He basically wrestles himself, with many of his different characters from PowerHouse Nation Wrestling. Also a fact that he has been on PowerHouse Nation Wrestling from the beginning of its time back in the early 2020s, when PowerHouse Nation was first starting out. Then, when it came back, now he brought CXT along to face off against PowerHouse Nation Wrestling, where the crew took the CXT Tag Team titles from CXT and brought them over to PowerHouse Nation Wrestling, which PowerHouse Nation is on this list. Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. Now, this brand is a powerhouse, and when I mean a powerhouse, they have a loaded roster of people and a lot of talent behind the scenes. Now, these guys are based in the state of Tennessee, which is where I am from, and I gotta say, they put on one heck of a show. Now, they also have a merchandise and also have an Instagram page and a Facebook page, and they also have a big following on YouTube with around 7.82k subscribers. They know how to get around on the internet. And they're also probably one of the biggest ones on this list. And I forgot to mention that they also have been around since April 11th of 2015. So these guys have been around for a while on YouTube. MSW Backyard Wrestling is a unique wrestling experience. However, they are not currently active at this time. They also claim to be the best wrestling on the internet, but I can agree. They do offer a unique group of people. They have a great roster, and I used to watch a little bit of their main show, MSW Storm, in the past. And they also have been around since April 28th of 2019. They also have a social media presence like TPW, with an Instagram account, and also have a merchandise page. But the downside is they are kind of a small subscriber base, like some brands on this list, but they are still fun to watch, which I hope they make their return to YouTube soon. WXW Backyard Wrestling. Now, this brand is based in the country of New Zealand. Now, I barely know little about this brand, but they do have a small documentary on their YouTube channel, and I watched some of it. And I have to say, it shows off what they have to offer in their brand. They also have a decent-sized roster of people, and they have been around since March 28th of 2014. And they also do have a large following on their YouTube channel as well, like Tennessee Backyard Wrestling does. And also, I hope these guys come back at some point, because some of their stuff is on their channel is a few years old. But I do hope they come back at some point in time. PowerHouse Nation Wrestling. Now, this brand is a small backyard wrestling brand located in the state of Tennessee. And now, I can tell you a lot about PowerHouse Nation Wrestling, because I've been a part of the brand for years. They have been around since May 23rd of 2018. Now, this brand did not officially start in the late 2010s, but it started in the early 2020s at one of my friends' house back in the day. It started off as a swimming pool wrestling. Then it worked its way being in the backyard. At this time, sadly, some of the old videos back then have been deleted, and we basically took a long break as we ended it off in 2021. But we brought it back in 2024, and there has been some improvement in this season of PowerHouse Nation from the older episodes, and like I said, PowerHouse Nation is a small brand, which it's mostly made up of friends and people that we know, like Parker Cooper 2024, and it's also a small roster to work with. That's why there are multiple different characters on the show, like the Mob Boss and the Beach Boy, and all of Parker Cooper 2024's many different characters as well. But we still offer unique storytelling in this episode, Birthday Bash, which was supposed to be the last one of the year, but we decided to keep it going due to PowerHouse Nation gaining subscribers. And the next show down the line is going to be Halloween Havoc and a planned rivalry against Tennessee Valley Wrestling and PowerHouse Nation Wrestling called Revenge Series, and we plan to keep the show going in the near future. Superhuman. Now, this guy has been featured in some indie wrestling promotions over the years. However, he's not a background wrestling brand, but a person who takes to the extreme by doing WWE and AEW stunts in his own backyard. Now, I had to feature him in this list because he still is backyard wrestling related. Now, if you haven't seen his videos before, you are in for a wild ride. He will basically do WWE moves off of a platform or off of a something, and various different moves used in professional wrestling. Now he hasn't been active on YouTube for a while, but I hope he comes back soon. Wrestling with Webby. Now, these guys are a small wrestling brand like PowerHouse Nation is, but they offer a unique roster, which is kind of a small list, but they make it work with their show being called Backyard Beatdown. Now, I have watched some of their stuff, and they pull off a great show, and they also have been around since July 31st of 2016, which they have been around longer than PowerHouse Nation has been around, because PowerHouse wasn't made till the 2020s, but these guys know how to make it work with having a small roster of people and have a good storytelling. So feel free to check them out as of now. They are currently still active on YouTube with around 637 subscribers. ACW Studios. Now, this backyard brand is a powerhouse to having a large presence on YouTube, similar to Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. Having over 1.24k subscribers on YouTube, they also have an Instagram page and a TikTok. They have a large roster and they pull off a good show, with their main show called Unbroken. And they do other shows on their channel, with their most recent episodes being Ready to Rumble, which is a 10-man Royal Rumble match. Now these guys pull off a really good show, and I recommend you guys give them a watch. However, soon they plan on going over to other stuff after they finish off their wrestling show. So feel free to check them out on YouTube. Alabama Trampoline Wrestling. Now this backyard brand has been around since December 25th of 2016. Now these guys pull off a good show, and they also have a large presence on YouTube as well. Having over 4.67k followers or subscribers, they also have a good roster of people and know how to pull off a good show. Now they have been inactive on YouTube for a while now, and I also have watched their show in the past before, and I recommend that you check them out. And I hope that they come back soon to YouTube in the near future. Defying Wrestling. Now this backyard brand I barely know little about, and I recently found these guys through my YouTube recommended videos list. Now these people also do a great show and also have a decent sized roster of people. They have also been around since 2024, so they have come back after a long while, and I recommend you give these guys a watch, as they do a good show. Well folks, I guess that wraps up the top 10 list of backyard wrestling brands or promotions. Now, if your favorite brand has not been in this list, then I will probably make another list coming soon. So if you liked this video, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you didn't like the ranking, well, it's just for fun. The ranking doesn't mean nothing. The rankings are just for fun. And that's it for this video, folks. So thank you all for watching. And I might make a part 2 of backyard wrestling brands. If your wrestling brand was not on this list, then I'll make a part 2 coming up real soon. So thank you for liking, and also feel free to like and subscribe. And also thank you for watching this video.